Hi, welcome to Losing Weight with Elizabeth. I hope everybody's good this week. We're going to talk about plateaus next week. But I just wanted to talk about a few things that I cooked this week because they're just so delicious that it's sort of hard to believe. My husband made macaroni and cheese with pancetta. Okay, how fattening is that? That's just, you might as well, I took 2 bites of it, and I took the 2 bites cold, not hot, because I didn't want to like it. And it even tasted good cold. So I said, how can I make this something with that pancetta, but just lose a little bit for flavoring? So I made roasted cauliflower with panko crumbs, flavored ones, just a little bit, maybe 2 tablespoons, and Parmesan cheese, 2 tablespoons, and then I took 2 very thin pieces of pancetta that I had made crisp in the microwave oven and broke it up as much as I could. And then I baked it, and then I broiled it. And I'm going to tell you right now, I could have just had it for dinner. It was that delicious. You know what? We forget that good food tastes good. And like what you were saying, this is don't diet, edit. The pancetta, you know what I mean? That was half, so I may have had 1 very, very thin piece of pancetta. Very thin, it's only this big. And it made all the difference in the flavor, and maybe it added 70 calories like a piece of bacon, I'm assuming. But the cauliflower and the pankos and the breadcrumbs, also little. So I would say tops 150 for a really good portion, 150 calories. Oh my goodness, it was so delicious. And the other thing was roasted Brussels sprouts. Just a lot, put them in a bowl. You don't like Brussels sprouts. See, when you don't like Brussels sprouts at all, it sounds like, oh. But just put them in a bowl, do some garlic and olive oil, salt, pepper, however you like it. Put it in the oven and just roast them to death. They are the most, I had them for an appetizer at a shower. And they were the most, I could have eaten just them. I wish I had just eaten them. But unfortunately, I did not. Unfortunately, I ate a lot of other stuff. But I've been doing very well. So as you were saying earlier, it's a lifestyle. There's going to be showers. There's going to be weddings. There's going to be things that happen. So you have to prepare for that by being healthy other times, eating healthy other times. So that's just one of the things. It's like, they say, and I believe this is true, that you could choose mashed cauliflower over mashed potatoes. And it would be so delicious. You would be stunned at how good. A little Parmesan cheese. Parmesan cheese is what?
Awesome.
Yeah. But what is it to us?
Our friend.
Our friend. If you're making a cake, I have to be quiet just for a second, because if you're making a cake, I want to kill you, but nevertheless, if you're making a cake, where this happens with me, you can use applesauce, you can use pumpkin, instead of the egg, instead of the oil. You can really cut the calories back by just adding those things to it. Now they make, did you ever have lettuce sandwiches? You take a piece of bib lettuce is the best one to me, and you put your stuff on it and you roll it up. So, because there's not a lot of good bread out there. There really isn't. Now they say sweet potato fries are French fries. What do we know about that?
Either one is good.
Doesn't make any difference. No. It's deep fried. Right. You can make French fries in the oven and they're delicious. Just delicious. 1 potato makes a lot of French fries, and they're so good, I can't believe it. This one, though, I like, but I make this anyway. Sliced eggplant, very thin, and use it as lasagna noodles.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Isn't that a good idea? That would be really, really delicious. Did you use your little curly thing to make pasta?
Oh, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
spiralizer, I have one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And are you
Very good.
using it?
Yes, I am.
And then what a difference it is,
Yes,
because you're
it's very
talking about
good.
1 cup of pasta is 220 calories
Very,
about.
very tasty. so.
And it allows you to have that pasta that you're dying for, but it's not really pasta, but you
Right.
think it is. Because it tastes like
Yeah,
it.
it does.
Oh, because
Spaghetti's
pasta,
better
squash,
for
too.
it. It's better.
Yes,
because pasta tastes like whatever you put
Yeah,
on it.
Right.
It doesn't, you're not just saying, oh, look, a bowl of white pasta. Let me just eat that.
Right.
You would never even think that. You have to have the good sauce. You have to have sauce on it or something on it. And so that's what makes the difference. And here's the one that I think I told you about, the chopped mushroom. You don't have to like mushrooms. But my girlfriend made it. Chopped mushrooms, very fine, like it was, like you had cooked hamburger. But the mushrooms were cooked that much, and they were cooked with a little tiny olive oil, a little tiny garlic, basil, oregano. Then she threw, a lot of mushrooms though, then she threw it into the red sauce. I had no idea it was mushrooms. I was a little stunned that because she's a vegetarian, so I was a little like, you're making bolognese sauce? No, I don't think so. And so when I asked her, so you're eating meat now? Just curious. And she goes, no. I said, well, what's this? She says, mushrooms. See, you can be fooled so easy. How about fresh salsa instead of ketchup? You know, ketchup has a lot of sugar in it. And when I use ketchup, I just go like that. I like a lot of ketchup. So a salsa in place of it is a pretty good deal, like on eggs. Or the newest things that I'm loving is Chipotle sauce. Have you ever tried it? You don't like hot stuff, right?
No.
Right. This is, so do you like hot stuff? Oh, and you don't?
I do.
Anyway, no? Okay, yeah, it's really good. And it has no calories.
Wait.
It's right where the Tabasco sauce is.
Oh.
It's made by that same company, and it is just delicious on a
Is it
sandwich.
green?
No,
No.
it's like a deeper red.
Oh.
They say dried fruit instead of candy. No, neither. Don't eat anything. If you're gonna have fruit, just have a whole piece of fruit. Don't have dried fruit. That's first of all. Can you just eat 2 dried apricots?
No.
No.
No, of course you cannot. You know, I could eat probably 10. So that's 5 apricots. And unless this craisin business, you think cranberries taste like that? They don't. They have to put sugar on them, really a lot of sugar in order to make them taste sweet. So craisins are not a very good deal. They're not a good bang for your buck on any level. Not nutritionally, not calorie-wise, not even really flavor-wise. Because I love cranberries, and they don't even really taste like cranberries to me. You know, they're so loaded with sugar. And the other thing I've been eating a lot of is avocado. You put the avocado on your sandwiches, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a really good deal right there.
I bought a whole box at Costco.
Uh-huh.
Single serving avocado, 100 calories a container. And so now I just take it, instead of throwing away the other rotten half the next day,
Yeah.
you just take it out, peel off the top. And,
Where do they have that? I'm going to Costco's on Friday.
over where the end of the meat and the beginning of where you go into the vegetable
Okay.
cold place,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
they are there.
Oh.
Is it that Good Time or something like that, and it's low in calories?
It's just avocado.
It's just
I think
squished up.
avocado and garlic. But
Oh.
I don't taste the garlic. I
Oh,
just
good.
taste the avocado.
That is just a delicious treat
What does
beyond
it come
measure.
in, a little cup?
Yeah, a little flat cup about this big and this high, and there's like 10 or 20 in a box.
And then
they're
they'll
$10.
last. And then they'll last, because
Yeah.
you get a
You
fresh
buy them.
avocado. I buy the little bag with 6 in, and you eat 4, but
Yeah,
then 2
right.
go bad. So that's a really good Thank you for that. That's very good. And then blended frozen banana instead of ice cream. Now I know that almond milk is ecologically the worst thing you could ever buy. It has like 2 almonds in the entire thing. It's not the first ingredient on it. It's just a chemical storm of, it's just a storm of chemicals. I'm positive of it. But you have to pick and choose what you, don't diet edit. You're gonna have to pick and choose because a lot of things are not right for you to be eating for a million reasons. If it's not drought or people not being paid for it, or, you know, there's so many reasons why. It's not ecologically right. It's everything about it. So we have to pick and choose our battles, and you know, so I'm gonna choose to have some almond milk, you know, because it makes really good oatmeal. I don't know what's in it. I can't even look. But it's 30 calories a cup, and it makes really good oatmeal. But if you put a banana with a little bit of vanilla and a little bit of cinnamon in your blender with some ice and almond milk and banana, oh, it's like a milkshake. And it's really 30 calories, so it's about 115 calories. So it's really low in calories, and you really feel like you're having something special, like you're having a banana milkshake.
Do you put the banana in the freezer before you make that?
You could do that. I just put ice in because what I'm trying to do is spread out the banana with water. I'm always trying to spread out. I'm always trying to spread out whatever it is that I'm drinking or eating with as much either ice or vegetables or something, just to make it look like there's something to it. So those are just a few things that I think are a really good idea, and that, you know, they're delicious. Every one of them is delicious. But what we're really talking about is what you can see behind me is how to stay motivated. How do you stay motivated? Do you have any tricks?
Coming here.
Yep.
Coming here.
That's
This is
the
what you
trick.
should be doing, huh?
That's the trick.
That's the
Yep.
trick. If you come to the meetings often enough, eventually something is going to stick with you. When you know that you can actually have a piece of pizza or 2 and still lose weight, that's the kind of healthy living that I'm looking for, is where you can actually have pizza and cake and ice cream. I don't say you should have it every day, but look at our girl Sandy. She has a donut at least 3 times a week. She's lost 25 pounds. And this is over a period of time. She's learning to eat differently, but she loves her donuts. She's not giving them up for the rest of her life. If you're not giving it up for the rest of your life, you shouldn't. You should try to include it in from the minute you start to say, I'm going to try to be healthier. You're going to make an effort to eat healthier every day, but things are going to happen just like that. And when I had that healthy dinner and my husband got the pizza. Thankfully, that pizza wasn't that great. And I'm very grateful for that, because now I'm off pizza. So that's good. Okay, so take it one day at a time. That's the best thing you can do with anything. No matter what you're doing, it's really a good idea just to take it one day at a time. Just for today, can I work out a little bit? Just for today, can I try to eat healthy? That's not, if you could just make it through a day, that's a good start. And that's all you have to think about. Tomorrow's not promised anyway, which is not really a good way to put it, because then you say, well, then maybe I should be having pizza and ice cream if tomorrow's not promised. But, you know, just try to do it for today, and then see how it goes.
And you get rewarded so many different ways when you lose weight.
The rewards are unbelievable, aren't they?
Yep.
You know what? I just the change of exercise, and really, except for 2 days out of these last like 4 weeks, I have been really on target, not even barely cheating. And I can feel my stomach has gone down a little bit. And you know, after a while, you start to recognize your body and you start to say, oh, that's good. So I think that just taking it like that and not, trying to make yourself crazy by thinking about tomorrow or whatever happened yesterday. You can't do anything about yesterday. If you ate everything in sight yesterday, it's over. It's just over. You have to get rid of it. Just for today. Surround yourself with positivity. Oh, come on, please, let's try to surround ourselves with pleasant people. Why would you have people in your life that are so unpleasant? I mean, let's leave out relatives. Because, we don't necessarily have a choice in that. But if you surround yourself with people that always need you and want you to do things for them, and you had a perfect tale, which I won't say, but but when you're sick and don't feel well, it's always, oh, I don't feel good, and then they go, me either. I don't feel good either, or I'm seeing her face, and it's making me laugh really hard. But it's just really, it's always that way, isn't it? That, or I'll say, oh, I worked out for 45 minutes today. Oh, I worked out for an hour. It's always trying to make you feel like you are inadequate. Or one lady said to me, I said, well, I got to lose that 10 pounds that I gained over the time that I wasn't feeling well. And she said to me, it's going to be harder now that you're older. Oh, so why? But you see now, then, before I lost weight, before I got my head a little bit on straight, I would go home and cry and binge eat. Because what was the point? She apparently knew what she was talking about. I was old and would never lose weight. That's what I used to do. Instead, I said, why would you say that to me?
Good for you.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have to confront people.